over the last 2 years. All right, so
Only
Donnie,
2 years?
So Donnie, here's the deal.
Only 2 years?
Here's the deal. Everybody in New York City, you talk to anybody that's ever loaned him money, you've talked to any contractor that's ever worked for him, you talk to anybody who's ever done business with him, they will tell you that Donald Trump has lied repeatedly about how much money he's worth. Repeatedly. You've got the DA's office. I mean, we got a DA I don't understand that lets him get away with this. Lets him commit, as the prosecutors who resigned in protest said, just numerous crimes. We know he's committed one crime after another crime after another crime after another crime, as far as if lying to banks and other financial institutions about your net worth. Like, this is what he does.
It was known. And look, Mark Pomerantz, the prosecutor who resigned, wrote an op-ed in the Times. We've all read it, basically saying, no, there's no gray area here. Anybody else would go to jail. These are felonies. Now Bragg, the district attorney, has said, no, the case is not closed. We're keeping it open. But nobody can quite understand why the DA's office in Manhattan has not been more aggressive. And obviously, to the point that Pomerantz resigned, they are dragging their heels. This is not a gray area. Anybody else would go to jail for what he did. That's it. It's not. There's not a debate. It's not a discussion.
This whole idea. I'm very optimistic about this country, and some would say too optimistic. But I will say the idea that no man is above the law, Elise, is just shattered by his very existence every day. He commits crimes in Manhattan. The Manhattan DA lets him go. He commits crimes time and time again with obstruction of justice. You have the Mueller investigation. Again, 10 examples of where he could be charged with obstruction of justice. Mueller says basically in his testimony, does he not, that if he were not president, they would have brought the charges. But time and time again, he's handled with kid gloves, and even by Mueller, it's like the guy's committing crimes. What are these people afraid of?
And he always gets away with it. That's what's so scary. I feel like anyone that wants to prosecute him needs to think of the ways that he will weasel his way out of it just to try to stay in the game. It is sickening that there are so many poor people around the country who are in jail and over debt, just over court fees.
By the way,
and then this guy is free and fine.
Let's just talk about the Stormy Daniels thing where he had Cohen write the check to Stormy Daniels right before the election, obviously connected to the... If anybody I served with in Congress had done that, had somebody write that check to help their campaigns, they would be charged. They would go to jail. I know people that I served with went to jail for going on a golf trip to Ireland and then giving a speech on the House floor.
So here's my question.
So why does he keep getting away with this? Anybody else would be in jail now.
Here's my question.
Anybody.
As Joe, you're a politician. You're a Manhattan DA. You have a political career. You're going to win. You're going to, just for your own personal interest, you're going to look good prosecuting. Why does it not happen? People stop me on the street, as they often do, and literally say, well, why is it not? I don't understand the politics of not going forward. There's something that's not in it. Are they getting messages from the White House saying, we don't want him to be able to play the victim, and we don't want him to be running against, oh, they're trying to get me, they're trying to take me away? I don't understand the politics of not doing it.
I don't understand it. I've never understood the politics of it. I don't understand the politics of like, the Democratic Party. How weak has the Democratic Party been in the whole Mueller thing to allow people to talk about the, quote, Russian hoax when all people will email me, well, what about the Russian hoax? I'll say, please read the Mueller report and then come back to me and say that. Please don't show your stupidity to me. And then the obstruction of justice time and time and time again. I mean, and again, it's like at this point, everybody's like, he's going to get away with it. Yeah. He always gets away with a little Rollo. What is it out of L.A. Confidential? Rollo Tomasi, the guy that always gets away with it. But my question is this, Elise, why can't the Democrats more aggressively make their case instead of sitting back, waiting for Robert Mueller, who obviously was beyond his time? Bragg, Yeah, well, I don't get it.
They're fighting conventional warfare when they need to be doing asymmetric warfare against someone who has completely refused to play by any of the rules.
But it would be conventional warfare. That's the weird thing. It would be conventional. They don't have to go out on a limb. They
apply
don't have
the
to,
laws.
Yeah, they don't have to play three-dimensional chess. Just do what you would do for any American.
They're scared about the scrutiny that is going to come from any case against Trump.
But the
and
thing
people
is,
shy away. Exactly.
Everybody.
What are you scared of?